welcome address, declaration of opening, convocation address by the chief guest, presentation of candidates for the award of medals and degrees, and after that, the Chancellor will administer the pledge. All the graduates will stand up. And when the Chancellor reads out the pledge, the graduates have to repeat the same. An important guideline, all the graduates are requested to repeat in a loud voice with an energetic spirit. As we are conducting online as well as offline, you should be audible in repeating the pledge. I repeat, all the graduates are requested to repeat the pledge in an audible tone. As the ceremony is conducted both online and offline, the pledge needs to be audible in an energetic tone. After the pledge, there will be authorization by the Chancellor. The graduates are requested to stand continuously, but do not repeat the authorization. After the authorization, signing the register of graduates. After that, dissolution of convocation, and the ceremony ends with national anthem. After national anthem, the academic procession will return to the robing room. All the graduates are requested to remain standing till the academic procession leaves the auditorium. Thank you for your cooperation.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Qiraat.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. In the name of Allah, the gracious, the merciful. Praise be to the Almighty, the Lord of the world, gracious, the merciful, Master of the day of judgment. Thee alone to be worshipped, and Thee alone to be beseeched for help. Guide us in the right path, the path of those on whom You have bestowed Your blessings, not those who have incurred Your displeasure, not those who have gone astray. Amen. Thank you.
Tamil Thai வாழ்த்து. I invite the Vice Chancellor of the Institute to deliver the welcome address and present the report on the academic achievements of the Institute.
Good afternoon, all of you. The most distinguished Chief Guest, Professor Sri Ashok Junjunwala, Chancellor of B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, Mr. Arif Buhari Rahman, Pro-Chancellor of our institute, Mr. Abdul Qadir eminent members of Board of Management of B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, all respected members of the Academic Council, the Finance Committee, the Planning and Monitoring Board, the Registrar, the Controller of Examination, and other officers of Crescent Institute, the deans, the directors, the heads of the departments and the faculty members, our alumni, graduates, and parents, press and media persons, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Crescent Institute and on my own behalf, I extend a very warm welcome to you all to this 10th Convocation of B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology. I cordially welcome our Chief Guest, Sri Ashok Junjunwala, Institute Professor, Department of Electrical Engineering, IIT Madras, who accepted our invitation to be with us today. His achievements are many. I will read only a few due to paucity of time. Professor Junjunwala holds a BTech degree from IIT Madras, MS and PhD degree from University of Maine, USA. Professor Junjunwala is considered to be a pioneer in nurturing industry-academia interaction in India towards R&D, innovation, and product development. He conceived and built India's first university-affiliated business park, IIT Madras Research Park. He has been developing products for masses, affordable yet technically advanced products in India, like wireless in local loop, remote health monitoring system, ATM, solar DC to homes, affordable electric vehicles, etc. The Indo-US entrepreneurs has conferred upon him the title of Dronacharya for his contribution to the cause of entrepreneurship by incubating and nurturing more than 200 companies at IIT Madras. His contribution have seeped into the everyday lives of the people that we hardly realize that these products were made available only in the recent years. Apart from being an academician, a researcher, and an innovator, Professor Junjunwala also held several positions and responsibilities in various government committees and on the boards of number of public and private companies. He was a director on the board of State Bank of India, Bharat Electronics Limited, HTL, NRDC, IDRBT, BIRAC, VSNL, and BSNL, as well as in Tata Communications, Mahindra Electric, Sasken, Tejas Networks, TTML, Intellect, and Exicom. He is currently the chairman of a technology advisory group of Securities Exchange Board of India and chairperson of Board of Governors of educational institutes like IIIT Kottayam and College of Engineering, Thiruvananthapuram, Kerala. It is a great honor and privilege to have you with us, sir. I welcome you once again, sir. Our Chancellor, Mr. PSA Arif Buhari Rahman, is a person with a great business acumen. He is an MBA graduate. He is the chairman of Sida Qadi Trust and the president of All India Islamic Foundation. He is the president of B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology Society. He also holds a directorship in various groups associated companies of Buhari Holdings India. It's our greatest pleasure to have him amidst us today. We welcome you, sir. Our Pro-Chancellor, Mr. Abdul Qadir A. Rahman Buhari, plays multifarious roles. He holds a degree in mechanical engineering and a master in business administration from Babson College, USA. He is the managing director of West Asia Maritime Limited. He is a secretary of B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology Society and the joint secretary of All India Islamic Foundation. Hearty welcome to you, sir. I once again welcome all the members of Board of Management, members of the statutory bodies, graduating students, parents, all my colleagues, alumni, press, and media persons, and everyone who also joined us online to this 10th Convocation of B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology. I deem it to my honor and privilege to present to this august gathering a brief report on the activities that took place at B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology during the last year. The year 2020 had not been so kind to us. And yet we have survived the pandemic and we look forward hopefully to 2021 to bring us relief from sufferings and promise of prosperity for our future. At the outset, I place on record my appreciation and gratitude to the students, parents, and all the stakeholders for placing your trust in us and for supporting us in the endeavors during the pandemic. It is because of your unwavering support, Crescent keeps spreading its branches through various developmental activities. On behalf of the Crescent family, I congratulate the graduates and the proud parents of achieving goal that you had set while entering the premises of Crescent a few years back. That is, earning a degree in your chosen field and progress towards a successful future. I am proud to state that Crescent is and has always strived to be a topper in terms of creating an environment conducive for teaching learning. The academic year 2019 and 20, which started as a normal year, ended with all of us cooped up in houses under national lockdown. However, the academic sessions resumed within a week through online platforms, and our institute implemented the in-house learning management system Crescent LMS across all disciplines and for all the students. For taking teaching learning to visual platforms in a full-fledged manner, Crescent was awarded QS E-Learning Excellence for Academic Digitization Certificate during June 2020. Our faculty members have also been trained especially to handle the online classes and use online platforms effectively for teaching and evaluation. Lecture videos have also been uploaded by our faculty members to reach out to students and help them learn without any constraints. Crescent has always encouraged learning from anywhere and everywhere, based on which our students as well as faculty members have looked to knowledge acquisition from online platforms and have earned certificates of successful completion from SWAYAM, IIT Bombay Spoken Tutorial, NPTEL, and other such e-learning portals. Placement training and other related activities have been undertaken actively online even during the lockdown period. Around 749 students have been placed in 186 IT-enabled services and co-companies, which is around 81%. Crescent has taken all measures to handhold the pastoral students whose placement has been affected during this pandemic for another year by providing them necessary training and coaching. Under the ambit of Crescent Innovation and Incubation Council, 65 startups, namely 22 student startups, 2 faculty startups, 11 alumni startups, and 30 external startups are being nurtured. CIIC has received 1.8 crore rupees incubation center grant under the Bioness scheme from DBT, Government of India, within 1 year of its inception. For the outstanding performance of CIIC, our institution was awarded 5-star rating for Institutional Innovation Council by the Ministry of Education, Government of India. Our institution has also achieved Band A, featuring in the top 6 to 25th institution in ARIA, that is Atal ranking of institution on innovation achievements by the Ministry of Education, Government of India. In the academic year 2019-20, expert teams from Pharmacy Council of India, National Board of Accreditation, and Ministry of Education, Government of India visited our institution before the lockdown. Crescent has successfully submitted self-study report on 29 January 2020 for the second cycle of NAC accreditation. The visit by the expert members of NAC committee is expected in the first week of February 2021. The eminence of educational institution is ascertained through various accreditation and ranking agencies. In QS Regional Ranking Asia 2021, our institution has been ranked in the band of 551 to 600 and in the band of 81 to 85 in QS India Ranking 2020. And our institute is ranked among 5th for the cleanest higher educational institution in the country in the category of Residential University of Swachhta Campus Ranking 2019. National Institutional Ranking Framework, NIRF, ranked our institute at 123 in engineering category and in the band of 151 to 200 in the university category. Crescent also participated in the Times Impact Ranking for 4 Sustainable Development Goals and has been ranked in all the 4 goals. Our institute is ranked between 101 to 200 in the affordable and clean energy category. In the data survey, Our institution holds All India rank of 4 in private T schools category. In the areas of research, sponsor projects, and consultancy, Crescent has taken giant steps. Our HNS has risen to 53 at the moment. I am proud to inform that our faculty members having ongoing projects at the value of more than 11 crore rupees. To be precise, 905.9 lakh rupees was sanctioned by government agencies and 220.66 lakh rupees was sanctioned by non-government agencies. This includes the newly sanctioned projects in the current year and the ongoing projects from the previous years. In the year 2019, 346 publications were made in various international and national journals and 75 in conference proceedings. In 2020 alone, 316 publications were made in Scopus Index journals. Around 290 conferences, workshops, webinars, and training sessions were organized in the last academic year. These events paved the way for knowledge sharing and skill development. The webinars conducted during the lockdown period ensured continuous learning for the faculty members as well. Our students showcased their talents in the extracurricular activities too. Around 50 students received accolades under various categories in the regional, state, national, and international level sports and games. My dear graduates, today's convocation ceremony is definitely different from any other convocation that we have conducted so far. The situation demands that all the precautions be taken to safeguard the precious lives of our people. So we have decided to live stream the convocation ceremony, wherein the graduates and their parents shall witness the solemn ceremony and take part in the most significant event of their lives through the online platform. I assure you, dear graduates, that even though most of you are not present here in person, the solemnity of the event and the value it holds are not diminished in any way. In fact, it only highlights how important this ceremony is and how much it means to you as graduates and to us. Martin Luther King Jr. said, "Intelligence plus character, that is the goal of the true education." I believe that is what our dear graduates are taking away with them along with their degree certificates today. Your intelligence shall be your eye and your character shall be your guiding light. Graduates, remember that today's achievement is the fruit of all these years of hard work and perseverance. The achievement is not just yours, but to be shared with your parents who toiled and dreamt of making you a graduate. Be thankful to them and to the Almighty, for there are many who would love to study but are not given an opportunity. Above all, put this education you receive to better use, not just for earning money, but also by sharing your knowledge with others. May the education you received be reflected in the action you do and the decision you make. I wish all the graduates a great success in their personal and professional life, and warm greetings to the parents who made their dreams come true. Thank you.
This convocation of B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology has been called on to confer the degree in the School of Arabic and Islamic Studies, Crescent School of Architecture, Crescent School of Business, Crescent School of Computer, Information and Mathematical Sciences, School of Electrical and Communication Sciences, School of Infrastructure, School of Life Sciences, School of Mechanical Sciences, School of Physical and Chemical Sciences, and School of Social Sciences and Humanities. Upon the graduates who in the exam held during the December 2019 and August and September 2020 for the purpose I have been certified to be worthy of the throne. I invite the chief guest, Dr. Ashok Junjunwala, Institute Professor, IIT Madras, to deliver the convocation address.
Respected Chancellor, Pro-Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of the Board of Management and faculty of B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology. I thank you for inviting me to this August occasion. This is the day of celebration for the graduating class of 2020. Unfortunately, many of you are not here. You are there online. I'm not able to see many of you, but there are a few of you, and hope whatever I'm saying may reach you. The first stage of life where one grows up and learns ends today for you, the class of 2020 of the Crescent Institute. I offer my heartiest congratulations to all 1800 of you for successfully crossing this stage and wish you the best for a meaningful future. I especially congratulate the medal and the prize winners who have worked hard and have succeeded. Tomorrow, you enter the second stage of human life, which is a period you will be contributing back to this earth and society. In today's time, it typically lasts for about 50 years. From now on, you will enter this real world as an independent person, responsible for yourself, responsible for your family, responsible for your nation, and responsible for humanity at large. In Indian tradition, it is said that a human being is born to contribute to the earth. It is this which makes your life meaningful. I have been at this stage for the last 40 years and can say from my personal experience that this is indeed true. If you leave this part of the life well, you will be a satisfied person. So while your formal education is getting over, you should consider the next part of your life as the real examination, the examination of life. Your performance here will measure how well you have learned at this institute. Let me begin by saying a few words which may help you in this journey. The first one may be a redundant advice today, as many of you may have already acquired considerable soft skills. You need to be able to speak out in meetings, in conferences, and in public without any hesitation and communicate what you want to say. It requires certain will and practice. It is easier to learn this at this stage. It will help you over the next 50 years. I'm saying this from my experience. I barely could speak English in English when I graduated. I worked on it, and so that I could communicate well in the meetings, in classes, and in conferences. The clear and bold communications stood with me better than practically anything. So you better acquire this skill if you have not acquired it already. The second advice. I was fortunate to be taught by some of the greatest professors of my time at IIT Kanpur. Professor C.N.R. Rao taught us half-life of elementary particles. During the discussion, he mentioned that even knowledge has half-life. Then he went on to say that whatever he was teaching us had a half-life of only about 3 years. This implies that by the time we graduated, 2/3 of what has been taught to us might become obsolete. He therefore advised us not just to learn what he and other teachers are teaching us, but prodded us to keep learning throughout our life. That was the only way that our knowledge will not become obsolete. My second advice to you is precisely that. I'm sure that your college and teachers have taught you a lot, but never stop learning in your life. The knowledge that you have acquired here will become obsolete soon. you will need to learn new things. If you want to succeed in your life, keep learning all the time from your colleagues, from your friends, from your juniors, and tomorrow even from your children. Today you are fortunate that you can learn this from internet also. The day you stop learning, you will become obsolete. And I want to again emphasize, learning from your junior is extremely critical, because soon you will become older and you will be with a large number of juniors. You have to live and contribute to this nation for the next 50 years. A lot will change by then. A lot will be better. For example, renewable energy will become the primary source of power. Solar and wind, rather than fossil fuels, will become dominant. You will see this in next 10 to 15 years. You should watch it happen and facilitate this. There is still a lot to be done in this area. A lot needs to be done in the area of energy storage to enable renewable energy to become dominant source of for the nation 24/7. And you can dream of a fossil-free future along with a circular economy where everything is recycled. Probably the only way the earth will have a future. You need to make this happen. Similarly, by around 2030, most of India's vehicles will become electric vehicles. This will be a great disruption. Today's India's GDP comes from auto sector 7.1%. The processing and distribution of fuel contributes to another 5%. This 12.1% GDP and millions of jobs associated with this will be under threat. The transition will not be smooth, and if it is not handled well, it can result into many problems for our nation and the world. You are walking at the beginning of this transition. This alone will free India from massive oil imports and from the huge pollution that petrol vehicles create in our cities. Your knowledge and skills held by this institute could make a difference. Robotics, 3D manufacturing, also called additive manufacturing, nanomaterials have all arrived and is going to transform the society. The world will require and come up with new materials. Electric air cars will not be far behind. You will indeed be getting into a fast changing world. Your ability to learn new things, train and adapt yourself quickly can get you to lead the world. Best wishes for that. But not all transformations will be good. One of the biggest problems that you will face in near future is the water problem in the world. Availability of water will probably be the biggest challenge. And India will face this faster than others. The only way out is to recycle every drop that we use, preserve water and clean water. It would require technological breakthroughs and some serious management efforts. If you do not solve these problems, you will see water wars in future. Another related problem, especially for India, will be India's waste disposal. Swachh Bharat will remain a slogan if technologies and processes are not developed and used extensively. Quick fixes will not work. World must become truly sustainable. It will be a great challenge. But I want to stress that 7 years back, it did not appear that we can make renewable energy economically viable. And today we have done it. Keep in mind, the determined human beings can indeed use technology to transform societies and solve problems. So you can solve the problems of water and waste in near future. You just have to be determined. There is another great technological advancement in recent years. This comes in the name of artificial intelligence. I have seen this area grow for the last 30 years with limited advancement. Every year it promised a lot, delivered a bit. Then suddenly, all things changed in last few years. We saw some breakthrough in specific areas. The gains quickly spilled over to others, and now it is a flood. Huge number of people and startups have emerged in this area. Investment is pouring in. Data analytics and learning is now being applied to wide variety of fields with very definite gains. The gains will grow exponentially in future. While there are gains in business and services, the fear is that it may imply a large number of jobs to become redundant. Why employ people when machines can do it better? What will happen to this large number of people who become redundant? This is a challenge that the nations will face. Only the best will survive. This is indeed a serious problem that you will encounter, and the solutions have to be found sooner rather than later. There is another doomsday scenario being painted. How long will it take for the machines to become more intelligent than human beings and take over? While it still is in the domain of science fiction, ignoring it any longer would be disastrous. Yet another challenge that our nation faces today, and you will face it even more, is the nation is passing, unfortunately, through great strife, social strife. Mahatma Gandhi had stitched this nation into one, which helped us all these years. Today, we again stand divided. You need to work to end this strife. The nation is just coming out of the situation of shortage and poverty. It will need 1.3 billion people to work together to move forward and tackle challenges. And I hope you will contribute. The question that I have in mind: has your institute prepared you for these challenges? If you have, as I mentioned, if you have learned to learn, then you are indeed ready. Your knowledge and skills gained here will of course be there for you. But all things, it is the interdisciplinary work that will enable you to tackle difficult challenges. It is at this time the knowledge gained by you, not just you, but by your classmates from different disciplines, will become very useful. There is always going to be a bond amongst the batchmates. Even if you do not know or know all of them today, you need to nurture this. So my advice is, if the graduating class can quickly form an email group or a WhatsApp group or some social media group, stay in touch with each other, discussing and debating all kinds of things with each other, learning from others, seeking help from others, giving help to others. All these will go a long way and will stay with you. Just do it. But before I end, I want to talk to you about your career options. Some of you may go for higher studies, and many of you may take up jobs. But there is another career option that most of you may not consider, but that is to become an entrepreneur. You may feel that you are too inexperienced and too young to look at this option. But think deeper. 10 to 15 years down the line, you may be well settled and have somewhat routine, and I will say somewhat boring job. You may want to do something different, but your family responsibilities at that time would prevent you from taking any risk. You will just drag on, feeling something missing in you. This is because you did not take the risk when you were in best position to do so. And today is that best time. Most of you today would have limited immediate responsibilities. And for the next 5 to 7 years is the best time to take risk. This is the time when you can afford to fail. Feel the pain and pick yourself back again and to start again. This career option indeed is entrepreneurship, which your institute has been promoting in recent years. And this is an option today for all of you who feel that you are good, even if you are unprepared. This indeed results in the most challenging life and yet most satisfying life. It is not easy. It is very hard in the beginning. You'll need to work very hard, much harder and much longer than if you were in a job. There will be very little financial reward to begin with. In fact, you have to support yourself. It will be a tough life. And above all, you are highly likely to fail. For startups succeed only after multiple failures. As a startup founder, you will have to develop a product with your inexperienced team. Find people to work with you and manage them. Figure out and develop market and carry out sales. And at the same time manage finances and cash flow. At the end of every month, you will be worried whether you can pay salaries. That is what an entrepreneur faces, that your founders of this college must have faced when they started their journey. In other words, the entrepreneur has to become good in all fields. But once you succeed after multiple failures, you will feel a sense of achievement. The challenges will not end there. Surprise and challenges are always a part of a life of an entrepreneur. You will get plenty of it all the time, and there will be occasional failures to keep teaching you new things. But in the end, you will be a satisfied person. You have done your dharma, you have created jobs, you have created wealth for the society, you have paid back to the earth. There is no better way to do it than to become entrepreneurs. Finally, there may be some subjects and concepts that you have found boring in the class. At least we did when we were students. You may not have mastered some of these, but over the years you may suddenly find that even this limited familiarity of some subject that you did not learn well would be of immense use. There may be occasions in future that you will find that all of you have learned in class and outside the class, and I want to emphasize this learning outside the class will become very useful. Thank this institute for what it has given to you. Come back to the institute often. Come back in 5 years, in 10 years, and every 5 years from there on. Contribute back to the Crescent education system. Thank your class for becoming an extended family for you. There will be many challenges as you walk into the future. As I said, do not just watch these changes happen. Drive them. You will personally be successful and the nation will benefit immensely. Crescent will then be proud to have you as their alumni. I want to thank again the Crescent Institute of Science and Technology for inviting me to this great occasion. And I want to congratulate each of you. And I bless you to have a bright future, both personally as well as professionally. Best wishes. Thank you.
Let the graduates be now presented.
Mr. Chancellor, I, Dr. A. Azad, Registrar, present unto you 37 graduates in person and 3 graduates in absentia from the School of Arabic and Islamic Studies, Crescent School of Architecture, Crescent School of Business, School of Computer, Information and Mathematical Sciences, School of Electrical and Communication Sciences, School of Infrastructure, School of Life Sciences, School of Mechanical Sciences, School of Physical and Chemical Sciences, and School of Social Sciences and Humanities. Of B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to have secured first rank in their respective programs to receive the gold medals, rank, and the degree certificate. Gold medalists: School of Arabic and Islamic Studies, Bachelor of Arts in Islamic Studies, Muhammad Shoaib. Bachelor of Arts in Islamic Studies, Feroza Mota. Crescent School of Architecture, Master of Architecture, Industry. Bachelor of Architecture, Akshara. Crescent School of Business, Master of Business Administration, Harini. School of Computer, Information and Mathematical Sciences, Master of Computer Applications, Fatima B. Master of Science in Actuarial Science, Varshini. Master of Technology in Computer Science and Engineering, Gopinath. Bachelor of Technology in Information Technology, Muhammad Azim. Phone correction. Bachelor of Technology in Computer Science and Engineering, Kanagadara. Bachelor of Technology in Information Technology, Muhammad Azim. Bachelor of Computer Applications in Cloud Technology and Information Security, Akshay. Bachelor of Computer Applications in Mobile Applications and Information Security, Saron. Bachelor of Computer Applications in Data Science, Ramya. Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Divya. School of Electrical and Communication Sciences, Master of Technology in VLSI and Embedded System, Anupama Kumari. Bachelor of Technology in Electrical and Electronics Engineering, Shazli, Kali Rajan, Bachelor of Technology in Electronics and Communication Engineering, Sheikh Mannuru Karishma. Bachelor of Technology in Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering, Zubaida Fatima. School of Infrastructure. Master of Technology in Construction Engineering and Project Management, Uma Maheshwari. Master of Technology in Structural Engineering, Muhammad Riaz. Bachelor of Technology in Civil Engineering, Arshad Arif. School of Life Sciences. Master of Science in Biotechnology, Sumaya. Master of Science in Biochemistry and Molecular Biology, Abdur Rahman. Master of Science in Microbiology, Mariam Adila. Bachelor of Technology in Biotechnology, Syed Asfar Latif. Bachelor of Science in Biotechnology, Amreen Banu. School of Mechanical Sciences, Master of Technology in CAD/CAM, Vinod. Master of Technology in Polymer Technology, Ali Asgar. Bachelor of Technology in Mechanical Engineering, Pritpal Singh. Bachelor of Technology in Aeronautical Engineering, Afreen Abdul Khalil. Bachelor of Technology in Automobile Engineering, Alvin Cyrus. School of Physical and Chemical Sciences. Master of Science in Chemistry, Bhavadarini. Master of Science in Physics, Shobna Priyanka. School of Social Sciences and Humanities, Bachelor of Commerce, Bhuvana. Bachelor of Commerce in Accounts and Finance, Parveen. Bachelor of Business Administration in Financial Services, Sandhya.
Mr. Chancellor, I, Dr. I. Raja Mohammed, Dean Research, present unto you 25 graduates in person and 6 graduates in absentia from the School of Arabic and Islamic Studies, Crescent School of Business, School of Computer, Information and Mathematical Sciences, School of Electrical and Communication Sciences, School of Life Sciences, School of Mechanical Sciences, and School of Physical and Chemical Sciences of B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of Doctor of Philosophy in this institute. Crescent School of Business, Rajapriya N. Sakalabam Rakri Devi. School of Computer, Information and Mathematical Sciences, Charan Priya A.S. Muthupriya B. Samsatwali Y. Murukesh S. Muhammad Izzar Asraf. Mahadev Vota. Amjad Basha. School of Electrical and Communication Sciences, Vinod Kumar A. Jean Silpa V. Murshida Sajahan MS. Sudhakar TD. Tusai Mary J. School of Life Sciences, Muhammad Adil AA. School of Mechanical Sciences, Ramalingam S. Jauddin S. Magashar Ali J. Suri Rajan B. Dinesh Kumar C. School of Physical and Chemical Sciences, Mohan Raj R. Kanimoli D. Chitra A. Vadivelu M. Srinivasan V. Thank you.
Mr. Chancellor, I, Dr. P.S. Sayyid Masood Jamali, Professor and Dean, School of Arabic and Islamic Studies, present unto you 53 graduates from the School of Arabic and Islamic Studies of B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of MA Islamic Studies and BA Islamic Studies in this institute.
Chancellor, I, Architect G. Jayalakshmi, Professor and Dean, Crescent School of Architecture, present unto you 75 graduates from the Crescent School of Architecture of B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, who have been certified after examination, qualified, received the degree of MArch and BArch in this institute.
Chancellor, I, Dr. K. Srinivasan, Professor and Dean, Crescent School of Business, present unto you 113 graduates from Crescent School of Business of B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, who have been certified after examination, qualified of Master of Business Administration,
Chancellor, I, Dr. Venkatesan Selvam, Professor and Dean of Computer and Mathematical Science, present unto you 560 graduates of Computer, Information and Mathematical Sciences of B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, who have been certified after examination, be qualified to receive the degree of CA, MTech Computer Science and Engineering, BTech Computer Science and Engineering, MTech Information Technology, MS Actuarial Sciences, CT and IS, MA and IS, Data Science, BSc Computer Science, and BTech Information Technology, this institute.
The Chancellor, I, Dr. Najumnisa Jamal, Professor and Dean, School of Electrical and Communication Sciences, present unto you 192 graduates from the School of Electrical and Communication Sciences of B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of Tech Electrical and Electronics Engineering, MTech VLSI and Embedded Systems, Tech Electronics and Communication Engineering, Tech Electronics and Instrumentation Engineering in this institute.
Mr. Chancellor, I, Dr. Vasanthi Padmanabhan, Professor and Dean, School of Infrastructure, present unto you 103 graduates from the School of Infrastructure of B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of MTech Construction Engineering and Project Management, MTech Structural Engineering, and BTech Civil Engineering in this institute.
Chancellor, I, Dr. S. Professor, School of Life Sciences, 134 graduates from the School of Life Sciences, B.S. Abdur Rahman, Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, have been certified after examination qualified of MTech Biotechnology, MSc Biotechnology, MSc Microbiology, MSc Biochemistry and Molecular Biology, BTech Biotechnology, and BSc Biotechnology. This institute.
The Chancellor, I,
Dr. S. Rasul Muhyiddin, Professor and Dean, School of Mechanical Sciences, present unto you 287 graduates from the School of Mechanical Sciences of B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of M.Tech CAD/CAM, M.Tech Polymer Technology, B.Tech in Mechanical Engineering, B.Tech Aeronautical Engineering, B.Tech Automobile Engineering, and B.Tech Polymer Engineering in this institute.
Mr. Chancellor, I, Dr. S. Kuttirani, Professor and Dean, School of Physical and Chemical Sciences, present unto you 55 graduates from the School of Physical and Chemical Sciences of B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degrees of MSc Chemistry and MSc Physics in this institute.
Mr. Chancellor, I, Dr. Ayub Khan Dawood, Professor and Dean, School of Social Science and Humanities, present unto you 267 graduates from the School of Social Science and Humanities of B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, who have been certified after examination to be duly qualified to receive the degree of BCom General, BCom Accounts and Finance, and BBA Financial Services Institute. Thank you.
Now, administration of pledge by the Chancellor. Graduates are requested to stand up. The Chancellor shall read out the pledge, and the graduates, please repeat the same.
We shall, in thought, word, and deed, ever endeavor to be scrupulously honest in the discharge of our duties in our profession
in our profession
and shall uphold
and shall uphold
the dignity,
the dignity,
unity,
unity,
and integrity
and integrity
of our profession
of our profession
and honor of our institution.
and honor of our institute.
We shall uphold
Hold
and advance
and advance
social order
social order
and the well-being of our fellow members
of our members
and shall devote all our energy
all our energy
to promote the unity, integrity, and secular ideal of our country.
Now, authorization by the Chancellor. Graduates, please continue standing. The Chancellor shall read out the authorization. Graduates are requested not to repeat.
By virtue of the authority vested in me as Chancellor of B.S. Abdur Rahman Crescent Institute of Science and Technology, I admit you to the degree in the School of Arabic and Islamic Studies, Crescent School of Architecture, Crescent School of Business, School of Computer, Information and Mathematical Sciences, School of Electrical and Communication Sciences, School of Infrastructure, School of Life Sciences, School of Mechanical Sciences, School of Physical and Chemical Sciences, and School of Social Sciences and Humanities, for which you have been declared qualified in this institution, and in token thereof, you have been presented with these degrees that I authorize you to wear the robe ordained as the insignia of your degree.
Signing the Register of Graduates.
I dissolve this convocation. National anthem, please.